This is a little bit of a longer video, so here are some timestamps so you can watch which parts interest you. Here's a couple clips from our last short story, Noel in the Case of the Forgetful Reindeer. So these recording tips can be used on music video, short stories, pretty much anything, but you can see right here we use them in this short story to help vary up the clips. So Stephanie and Jasmine both played Noel. You can see they both look the same, they're the same outfit, with the same hair, and this helps so that they could ride different horses. And then Vanessa is the elf. So in this shot, Stephanie is the one recording, and she's blocking herself from behind Vanessa. So here's what it would actually look like. This is what we use, but this is what it looks like for me. So you can use this to get nice headshots and close-ups without having to zoom in and make it look all fuzzy. And next, something that we did was if you move your player up against like fences or buildings in the game, you can pretty much block off so you can only really see the top of your head. And what you do is you just zoom in and cut that out, and you can get nice clean shots like this walking cycle here. Here are two clips that I recorded a couple minutes ago that I'm just going to edit for you guys. So I'm going to adjust the scale of this one a little bit and make that 150, and then this one is going to be 75, so it's going to change it a little bit. And it has a motion tile, so that's why it's got these sides like that, otherwise it'd be black. So I'm going to add a keyframe with this strange scale, so then it's going to change, and it's going to be 100 and 100 and be not stretched at all. So I'm going to give this an easy ease, which is the F9 key. And then I'm going to make a null object. Just shorten it a little bit. So I'm going to parent this edit part to this null. And I'm going to change the scale of the null. So I'm going to start with a scale of 200. And then it's going to come out to be 100. I'm going to make both of these easies. I'm going to go to this. I'm going to edit it just a little bit. So I would like to give this some expression. So that's my expression there. Get a little bit faster. You can trim it shorter too. So now I'm going to make an adjustment layer. And I'm going to give this adjustment layer an effect. Add the effects and presets. So I'm going to give it a warp effect. Just this warp here. Not like that. So this warp is going to be the fisheye, and the bend will start out at 0, so it's not affected at all, and it's going to increase to negative 100, so that it goes kind of like inwards. So these need to be easies. And then I'm going to do a similar thing to what I did with the scale and just make that be smoother. And then it's going to transition into that clip. So let me put this on top. Just copy this. Let's Command C. Oops. Command C, Command V onto this one. Well, this one doesn't have a motion tile yet, so let me add that. So I generally make it 200 or 300, and then mirror the edges. And then this one also needs a null. So we'll let it render through. Just bring in the speed green to say it's completely rendered. See how it's really slow. So that messed up a little bit. Just get rid of the scale here. Apply the scale again. So that should fix that. And then that's just the effect. It transitions pretty smoothly. This is the project file for part 3 of Spirit, and I was just going to show you another effect that we use a lot. It's the puppet pin. So these ropes, without the puppet pin, they just look like this. See how it's not stretched out to your hand? So the puppet pin tool here, it makes these little points so that you can stretch it and move this rope. So you can make it move your hand, or when Spirit's walking, we can make it like have this bounce. And it just makes the ropes look like they fit in Spirit a little bit better. Here are a few channel tips. Now, there's no way to get 20,000 subscriptions overnight, but if you just have one popular video, sometimes it can really help. So you can create thumbnails for your videos, and it's a good way to make them look a little bit more professional. And you also want to upload quality content, because if you upload a bunch of junk, your viewers are going to get bored and they're not going to want to watch it. Another thing that can help is to upload on a schedule. So for us, we upload every Saturday and on occasional Wednesdays, and it helps so we can post stuff in advance and we can get ahead over breaks and stuff so that when we're busy, we still have videos to post. So it's really hard to know exactly what video is going to be popular. For us, when we uploaded Horseland, we had maybe 1,000 subscriptions, and then the video got really popular, and we wouldn't have predicted that. So it really just is different for every channel. Animate, and I'm just going to show you some of the basics of how we do our animations. So I'm going to create a new canvas, and I'm just going to add a few frames so you can kind of see how that works. So I'm going to insert this blank keyframe here, and then so if I do, you know, an animation here, this is just really sketchy. I'm just going to kind of show you how it works. So this is this first frame, see, I filled that in black. So then here's a blank keyframe. Scoot that over a little bit. So then if I do this, it's called an onion skin. It'll show my previous drawing, and then I can make it like move. It's helpful if you're doing, well, really any animation, if you want to see how much you want it to move. Because I'll make this wolf lift her head up, and it'll just help me see. Then I'll add another one. So it's not the smoothest thing, but I would add probably some in-betweens. I can go back through, add another blank keyframe, and I can see between these, and I can draw between them to help make it look a little smoother. So I would add more keyframes and keyframes onto that, and eventually have an animation. I can color it, but since it's so sketchy, it's not gonna let me fill it in that well. But if I go to this paint bucket tool, I can pick a color. I'll just pick this orangish brown color. And if I did this, I need to fill in the gaps. This is paint mode. I can paint behind. I can paint behind my black lines. And then I can fill it in and eventually color in the wolf. And then I have to go back through and do this on every single frame. But then the nose will be colored in, and then that ear in that one frame. So the process for each video is a little different, but it always begins with getting an idea and kind of planning what we want to actually put into the video. And then we'll go and we'll get the clips and then edit however it needs to be edited. Short stories are a little different and they take a little longer because we have to write the script first and then get the clips, but we have a notebook that we'll write the script in. Like you can see, here are some of the pages from the Christmas story that we just did. And we try to vary it up so we don't have a lot of music videos in a row or a lot of short stories.